Hi, I'm Rick Kaler. Thanks for joining me. Well, I've spoken previously about the plethora of research that shows a link between the income of a person and their happiness. Most of these studies have found that the more money people bring in, the happier they are, until earnings exceed about $75,000 a year, at which time that correlation really declines. What I've never thought to address when I've reported on these studies is how debt affects the income to happiness ratio. I inherently just assumed that the income level was free of consumer debt, meaning that the individual lived on what they made. The only debt I assumed was a mortgage payment that also included property taxes and insurance of, say, no more than 25% of income. So this means a family earning $75,000 a year has a maximum housing cost of $1,500 a month. In Rapid City, South Dakota, that'll get you a very comfortable upper middle class home or rental. Further, I also assumed that any increase in income meant no corresponding increase in consumer debt. A few comments from readers who didn't understand my unwritten assumption really opened my eyes. One man, I'll call him Sean, said my data must be flawed. For him, a significant increase in income when he graduated from college didn't increase his well-being, but actually created increased ill-being. When Sean graduated from college, he was earning $20,000 at his minimum wage job, but he didn't have any debt. Upon graduation, he secured a position paying $70,000 a year, which theoretically should have had him doing a financial happy dance. But here's what happened instead. He upgraded his paid-off clunker for a brand new car, taking on a $45,000 debt with an $823 a month payment. From dorm living at his state school of about $500 a month, he went to a $1,500 a month mortgage payment on a starter home he bought for $225,000 with a $25,000 down payment, which was gifted to him by his grandparents. To furnish the house, he ran up a $20,000 balance on his credit card, which meant monthly payments of $750. His student debt of $80,000 kicked in, and those payments were around $750 a month. Now that's $3,323 a month in additional spending, or just under $40,000 a year, and a total debt of $345,000. This means his $70,000 a year new job was actually the equivalent of earning $30,000 a year with no debt. So no wonder he wasn't happier. A study from Purdue called The Debt and Subjective Well-Being, the Other Side of the Income Happiness Coin, published in the Journal of Happiness Studies, finds my hunch was right. More income coupled with more debt does not mean more happiness. In fact, as in Sean's case, it often means just the opposite. The study that I just cited specifically targeted the impact of college loan debt on students who'd been out of college and in the workforce for 7 years. The study found that the higher the debt to income ratio, the lower the overall happiness. In another study from the University of Wisconsin at Madison, Household Debt and Adult Depressive Symptoms, researchers Lawrence M. Berger, J. Michael Collins, and Laura Custa found that the consumer debt is positively associated with ill-being and greater depression. The groups most affected by consumer debt are those less educated or who are approaching retirement age. My recommendation for financial well-being is that if you have to borrow to buy something other than real estate, don't. Keeping your financial obligations to a sensible amount of long-term housing debt is the best foundation for building financial well-being. Don't let an increase in income lure you into increased debt. When you keep your consumer debt load small to nothing, earning more money is much more likely to increase your overall happiness and well-being. Thanks for joining me.